Hello there. As what looks to be the great dining room hall of the Harry Potter movies is actually the Bazell Library's great reading room. It's a nice little place. All around you'll see, um, around the walls, all the published material, but I believe are all the PhDs that graduated here. All their theses is in alphabetical order. Although I think they're missing a couple of layers here. They're somewhere else in this library. But I don't know the reason. I was just told by another student that's what they are, and that's what it looks like to be. The reason why I'm making this video is, I don't know if you ever had this occur to you at one point in your lives, but I think I have a double somewhere in this world, somewhere nearby in this state that I'm living in. It all started my sophomore year in high school. A friend of mine was working at the new Mazio's that was built there. And understand, at the time, while I did dress all in black, I also had no beard and had long hair, down to my waist at this time, or close to. And I also wore a fedora, which I still have, and I still wear occasionally, and I wear a long coat. Now, one day, while he was working, a guy comes in, and somebody at the Mazio says, "Hey, your friend John's here." And he turns around, and shocked as he was, it was a case of, wow, it's not John. It looks like John because the guy he's seen was as I am now, with a beard and shorter hair, but I still wear the long coat and the glass and my fedora. As weird as it was, from time to time, over some distance of time, I will hear somebody mistaking me for somebody else. A few years later, while I was living in Tonka, I went to Ponca City. Went to Perkins restaurant, and while I was eating, this one guy, I think he runs the store, was talking to this one group of people across from me. Turns around to look at me, says, "This guy will have the chitlins," because he thought I was somebody he knew. Now, let's see. Another time I get is well, one was not overly too long ago. It was a few months back, if not last summer. I was over there about to watch a movie, but before my movie got started, I went over to the Furs restaurant buffet right next door. Two guys asked if I was such and such, and I never remember the names, except for one. I'll tell you about that in a second. They saw me as a guy with my same face, same build, everything, who goes fishing at Crystal Lake that they know. Weird. No, not the Crystal Lake from Friday the 13th movies. This was one further up in Oklahoma City. I live in Norman. And interesting, I keep hearing all this. One time I went to to get my oil change, and the place I normally go to, the guy working there mistook me for a guy named Mr. Willard. That was the name I was, the only one I got a name for that I remembered. Now, maybe in this case, he may have thought my face was somebody else and got names confused. There's a possibility there, but it still kind of adds up weird. Just the most recent thing was about 3 weeks ago. I was over at the Olive Garden, and this old couple asked me if I was somebody that they knew. They gave a name and says, "No, I'm not him," but he said, "You look like him. Look like a friend of ours." Has this happened to most people? I hear about people saying, from other people saying, well, everyone's got a twin around. But we think with today's technology, we would start comparing actual photos of just random people, not celebrities. And not like comparing Leonardo DiCaprio with Lennon. But something about, take someone like me, find this other guy I'm seeing him mistaken for, and then see how much I actually look like him. Is everyone just mistaken that they're not looking closely at the features? And I only suggest that because you know how many times I could be dressed just like this and be mistaken for somebody that works at a Barnes & Noble, Hastings, both of these are bookstores and such. One time within 10 minutes at a GameStop, within 10 minutes, two different people asked me if I worked there. It made the clerk who worked there's eyebrows raise a little. Multiple times at the local comic book store in Ponca City, everyone just comes to me and says, "You guy who runs this place?" I says, "No, you want to talk to that guy in the hat." Um, it seems so strange. I mean, if there's someone that looks like me, fine. I just want to know how much he does look like me. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, I'm not going to make anything like, maybe, for wishful thinking, I kind of like the idea that maybe I found a way to be immortal and I went back in time just to live a different life, just to see how things go. And just to mess with myself, I kind of show up periodically through other people. But I don't go that far as to actually believe such things. All I can say is the stories that I can present here. If there's an actual guy looking like me, can I actually see who he is? Does he look like me? Does he dress like me? Does he have my same build? Or is everyone not that observant? Have you ever had such problems? Beats me.